Oh yeah, what's up all my Jaguars out there? You know who I am. Ralph Jaguar is back with another epic one. And welcome to another epic episode of Ralph's Universe, the Reboot. Let's do it. What's up, Jaguars? Last Sunday, it was the WWE's great pay-per-view event called the Elimination Chamber. I heard about it, read about it, and I'm still hearing about it. Because I'm telling you, that pay-per-view event right there, the Elimination Chamber, was so mother effing epic! That's right. Every single match in that pay-per-view event was so mother effing epic! Full of non-stop action, suspense, and so much drama. Not to mention curveballs and surprises. Thus making the whole thing so mother effing epic! But of course, this is the WWE that we're talking about here. So what the heck did you expect? Okay, so without further ado, let me go ahead and jump right into it, okay? Because in this episode of Ralph's Universe, the Reboot, there is an awful lot going on with the WWE. So many twists and turns and plots. Oh, jeez. You know what? Let me just go ahead and get right to it. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the tag team match. The most unlikely team of Brodus Clay, Dancing Brodus Clay, teaming up with former villain Tensai. And they had to take on the reunion of Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow. Together, they're known as Team Rhodes Scholar. Well, actually, as of right now, they're not known as Team Rhodes Scholars anymore because, as we all know, the tag team, didn't work out. I mean, I guess it was creative differences, or I guess Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow just wasn't seeing eye to eye. But, hey, what can I say? I mean, you're looking at the pic right here. I mean, you see how well these two are working together, right? I mean, Brodus Clay and Tensai are working well together, which is very surprising. And we're seeing a side of Tensai that we've never seen before. Does this guy have a two-step or what? As far as Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes is concerned, I guess we all can agree that Team Rhodes Scholar is officially no more. Wow. But now, as for the team of Brodus Clay and Tensai, now that team, I really don't know what to say about that team right there. Maybe it's too early to say anything. Brodus Clay and Tensai. Yeah, I can tell you one thing, they're really shaking up the ring. So how far will this team go? We'll just have to wait and find out, okay? And see what happens. Now, for the WWE Divas Championship, the defending champion Caitlyn had to take on Tamina Snuka. I'll tell you, this match right here was very epic, very hard fought and fast paced, and very well done by both of these epic females. A great battle indeed. It was epic, people. But as you can see here, when it was all said and done, it was Caitlyn that stood tall still as our Epic Divas champion. Now that's epic, folks. For the United States Tag Team Championship, Antonio Cesaro, the Swiss Superman, had to put his U.S. belt on the line against The Miz. Wait a minute, hold up. Let's rewind a little bit here. Antonio Cesaro, the Swiss Superman? What the F? Swiss Superman? Okay, Antonio Cesaro is from Swiss, but what makes him a Swiss Superman? I read that from the WWE.com, reports. Swiss Superman? Oh, jeez. Now I think I've heard it all. Okay, this was a great matchup, and as you can see right here, judging from the pic, The Miz went into this match already injured and probably should not have, been in the ring. But of course, The Miz is here showing a lot of balls. Not to mention kicking Antonio Cesaro in the balls. Well pun, don't you think? And because of this action right here, Antonio Cesaro ended up winning the match by disqualification. Yep, that's right. Therefore, Antonio Cesaro is still the United States champion. Ah, damn. And on top of all that, SHIT, this match, this whole rivalry had to end on a DQ. Oh yeah. Way to go, WWE writers. Do you have any more thought-provoking plot developments you'd like to throw at us? Jeez. Also, on last Sunday's Elimination Chamber, Mr. Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler, also had to take on Kofi Kingston. And of course, in Dolph Ziggler's corner was AJ Lee and Big E Langstrom. And you know that they constantly interfered in the match. And that is the only reason why Dolph Ziggler won this matchup. Big surprise there, huh? And what about this right here? Yep, that is, after the matchup, of course, Big E Langstrom attacking and beating down Kofi Kingston. I gotta say, this guy right here, Kofi, this guy, Big E Langstrom, all he is doing is attacking people from behind and beating them down in order to assist Dolph Ziggler, who can't, win a match by himself. Yeah, this is really something, huh? I mean, John Cena already put, Dolph Ziggler in his place. And the only way, and it seems to me that the only way that Dolph Ziggler can win a match is if Kofi King, as if, Big E Langstrom can interfere in the match in order to help, this chump out. Yeah, that's really ridiculous, folks. Are you kidding me on this? Jeez. Okay, let's talk about the Elimination Chamber match itself. This was to determine who would be the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, Randy Orton was in this one, so was Kane, and so was Mark Henry, so was Daniel Bryan, Jack Swagger, and Chris Jericho. All former world champions. Whoever won this match would have gone on to WrestleMania and face Alberto Del Rio. This was a brutal matchup, real hard. I mean, each of these men gave it their all, a lot of close calls, a lot of eliminations, pinfalls, and submissions. And through it all, in the end, it was Jack Swagger. That's right. Jack Swagger is the one that ended up getting lucky and winning this match. And therefore, he will go to WrestleMania and face the World Heavyweight Champion. And that is Alberto Del Rio. And now right here, standing next to Jack Swagger, is Zeb Coulter. That's right. Calls him. I've done some readings about this guy, Zeb Coulter. They say he's the real American, and of course, Jack Swagger is the all-American Olympian. And since returning to the WWE, Jack Swagger seems to be really focused and really determined on his goal this time around. Yeah, I see the fire in his eyes, and the intensity of Jack Swagger has really been tuned up. So there's no doubt about it, when WrestleMania comes around, Alberto Del Rio will have a fight in his hands. Because, both Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger has been doing a lot of promos and interviews, and they're listing out all of the wrongs with this country, saying how the wrong people are here and all that other BS. Yep, here we go again. Another storyline with more wrestlers that are pointing out, the bad things about the United States. Oh boy. More of this. Jeez. Yeah, very original. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I cannot wait for WrestleMania to come around, and I'm hoping and praying that Alberto Del Rio can really shut these two up. In the big 6-man tag team match, the Shield had to take on the WWE's dream team of Ryback, Sheamus, and John Cena. I heard about this match and read about it, and I'm telling you, and as you can see right here, judging from the pics, this match really was epic. And because of what he has suffered at the hands of the Shield, Ryback was really determined, just like his partners were, to win this matchup and teach the Shield a lesson. Easier said than done. This match was very hard-hitting. As you can see right here, John Cena is giving his best. That 5-knuckle shuffle. This match was, I'm telling you, this match right here was so mother effing epic. That's right, everybody gave it their all, and you know, they put on an epic show. Right here you see, you know, Sheamus is getting nailed. Yeah, this match was brutal from the start all the way to the end. And I think that's Dean Ambrose right there, spearing Sheamus into the guardrail. Damn. You know, Sheamus, John Cena, and Ryback, they gave it their all, you know, and they came close to winning, but however, they didn't win. The victory of this match went to the Shield. That's right, the Shield won the match. They are victorious over John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus. Ah, damn. I gotta admit, you know, I was real upset about this. I was really hoping that the Dream Team would come through for us, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. Because the Shield had beat down, you know, John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus, and a whole bunch of other people in the WWE. I'm just wondering myself, how could this have happened? You know, how is it that, you know, that the Shield was able to win this match? Ah, damn. Oh well. Now let's talk about the rivalry of Alberto Del Rio putting his title on the line against the Big Show, former World Heavyweight Champion. Actually, the Big Show has held lots of belts, huh? But in the past few weeks, you know, Alberto Del Rio and the Big Show had been at each other's throats, you know, fighting tooth and nail over the World Heavyweight Championship. This was a brutal matchup. You know, as you can see here, the Big Show did have, you know, Del Rio down. But of course, you know, yeah, there was some assistance by Rodriguez, and that is why Alberto Del Rio was able to get that armbar on the Big Show, and Alberto Del Rio won this match, and he made the Big Show tap out. That's right, the Big Show did tap out. Now this is what I call an epic win right here, folks. So Alberto Del Rio is still the World Heavyweight Champion, and he's going to go on to WrestleMania and face a very intense Jack Swagger. And then it was time for the big one. The very big one. For the WWE Championship. The Rock had to put his title on the line against the challenger and former WWE Champion CM Punk, who also had Paul Heyman at his corner. And as you can see here, yeah, CM Punk had stolen the belt about a week earlier from The Rock, you know, by getting a cheap shot on him. And thanks to some legal maneuvering, or should I say some slick maneuvering by Paul Heyman, a stipulation was added in. If The Rock had gotten counted out or disqualified, he would lose the title, and then CM Punk would become the new WWE champion. Which, by the way, was a load of BS. And let me tell you, in this match, there was a lot of outside interference. I mean, Paul Heyman constantly got involved in the match. But still, this match was so mother effing epic. Yeah, and this is a prime example of what was happening during the matchup. CM Punk, he did everything possible to try to push The Rock too far and tempt him. Basically what CM Punk was trying to do was get The Rock to, do something rash and get himself disqualified. But it didn't happen. Somehow, the People's Champion was able to stay in control. That's right, And, CM Punk had spit in The Rock's face. Well, this is how The Rock responded. Oh yeah. Clotheslining the man down. And then The Rock just proceeded on, pounding on CM Punk. And there's Paul Heyman right there. That's right, he constantly got involved in the match, trying to aid CM Punk. BS. And the match even spilled outside. And I read that, CM Punk was able to, perform the rock bottom on The Rock. Oh, jeez. Put that man through the Spanish announce table. Yeah, because, this match was brutal. And the match was also so mother effing epic. But the end came right here when Paul Heyman actually grabbed The Rock and held The Rock, and CM Punk grabbed the belt, and he tried to hit The Rock with the belt, but The Rock moved out of the way, and it was Paul Heyman who ended up getting the belt handed to his face, as you can see here. And this match had to have 2 referees, both of them getting knocked down. But it was the first referee who administered the 3 count and counted out CM Punk. And that is why in the end we have this happy ending right here. That's right. Despite all of that BS, all of that crap, The Rock is still the WWE champion. Oh yeah. Okay, now, The Rock made it. He survived, CM Punk's BS. And after the match, we thought that this was definite right here. Okay? We thought that at the WWE, later this year's WrestleMania, we were going to see John Cena challenging The Rock for the WWE Championship. But however, we have a little problem. Yeah, I got some confusion here on this one, folks. Let me go ahead and get into that and tell you what's going on. Okay? because yeah, John Cena is in a little bit of some trouble here. Alright, Jaguars, not much to say about all of that. The WWE's Elimination Chamber was so mother effing epic. But now, after the Elimination Chamber, that following Monday Night Raw, more things would transpire to take place. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. Alright, despite what happened on that previous night, you know, John Cena not being successful in his 6-man tag team match against The Shield, on that following Monday Night Raw, John Cena came out to the ring to address the C Nation and the WWE Universe. And then that's when CM Punk came out and told John Cena that he didn't deserve to be going to WrestleMania and facing the WWE Champion, The Rock. And CM Punk, you know, he also brought up the fact that John Cena never did beat CM Punk ever. And, you know, CM Punk just kept on getting up in John Cena's face. And, you know, he was able to get into John Cena's head, you know. Now, if you saw what happened last Monday night on Raw, you know what happened. Now, from what I can see, from what I was able to tell, you know, it appeared to me that, you know, CM Punk was able to play and prey on John Cena's emotions, you know, and it looks like he was able to get into the C Nation leader's head. And John Cena said that he wanted to silence the critics. He didn't want any doubts going into you know, WrestleMania later this year to face The Rock. So he proposed the match. You know, CM Punk wanted John Cena to walk away, but John Cena says no. You know, but they did set up a match. You know, this was John Cena's idea, of course. You know, this Monday Night Raw coming up, okay? He wants John Cena versus CM Punk, and the winner will go to WrestleMania to face The Rock for the WWE Championship. If John Cena wins, then CM Punk would have to shut up about it, walk away, and don't bring this up again. But if CM Punk wins, then CM Punk goes to WrestleMania. He gets the title shot. He faces The Rock. You know what, Jaguars? I don't agree with this at all. Obviously a big mistake. And you know, the WWE Universe doesn't agree with this. And not to mention the rest of John Cena's fans, we also don't agree with this. I certainly don't agree with this. I mean, it's a big mistake. Because I can tell you what, I can understand the man wanting to, you know, silence the critics and prove everyone wrong and all that. But the thing about it with me is that, you know, people are always going to talk. You know, the haters are out there. There's always going to be haters. And you know what I say, F the haters, F what they got to say. Don't worry about it. But of course, John Cena sees things differently. He wants to silence all the critics. But I wouldn't worry about it though. But obviously John Cena's worried about it. So he set up the match. The winner of this match right here at the next Monday Night Raw goes to WrestleMania to face The Rock. And I think this is a very big mistake. I don't think it, I know it. And you know what? I really feel like CM Punk and Paul Heyman, they have something up their sleeve. This is exactly what they want, and they got something up their sleeve. They're planning something. I know it. Look at this pic. That's them walking away from the ring. You see that? These two right here, they got plan and plot written all over their face. These two are up to something. And I just know it. I feel it. Because you saw what they tried to do with The Rock, right? They tried to screw over The Rock, but that didn't work. So now, here comes another scheme of CM Punk and Paul Heyman. Because in this match that's coming up on this Monday Night Raw, John Cena has a lot to lose and nothing to gain. Oh, jeez. Why do these things happen? I don't know. I guess the writers of the WWE, they just love to have us on the edge of our seat, huh? So what is going to happen on this Monday Night Raw? Oh, there's definitely going to be some outside interference. I mean, these two are up to something, and I know it. And is it really going to be a one-on-one match, John Cena versus CM Punk? Somehow, I just don't think so. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some outside interference. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I really think that, you know, Brock Lesnar is going to get involved in the match to help out CM Punk and screw over John Cena. Because of all of the BS that has been happening in the WWE, you know, because that's how much faith I have in, you know, the system. Okay, let's talk about something else that happened on Monday Night Raw. You know, this match right here. Now, this is a match that Chris Jericho requested for, okay? It was Chris Jericho teaming up with the Great White, Sheamus, and they're going to team up with Ryback, and they went up against The Shield in a 6-man tag team match. Because, you know, Chris Jericho wanted this because he feels like The Shield is out of control. You know, they're on a roll, you know, winning a whole bunch of matches and stuff. And they're beating down almost everyone and trying to ruin the WWE. And Chris Jericho made a whole lot of valid points. And Vicky Guerrero, you know, she approved of this matchup. And here it was. And I gotta tell you folks, I watched this match myself, and whew, this match was epic. This match right here was so mother effing epic. As you can see right here, you know, Chris Jericho, he had one of the members of the Shield in the walls of Jericho, okay? He had him beat, but then the action got intensified and everyone was just all over the place. And let me show you what happened. See right here, I think that is Seth Rollins coming off the top rope and delivering that knee to the back of the head of Chris Jericho. That's high elevation right there. Yeah, see him right there. He came off the top ropes and he nailed Chris Jericho with a knee to the back of the head, making this happen right here. That's right, the member of the Shield is covering Chris Jericho for the win. Oh man, that's right. So within 48 hours, you know, the Shield has won 2 matches. And the Shield is really on the roll here because it appears that, you know, in 6-man tag team championship matches, you know, the Shield has been winning and they're all on a roll, you know, undefeated and stuff. And no one can seem to get a victory over the Shield. Oh, man. And I'll tell you guys what, when it comes to the Shield, okay, I'll give them that. The Shield, the members of the Shield, you know, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and that other guy. You know, they're good. Okay? That's right, the Shield are good. You know, they seem to have a great in-ring performance. You know, high impact moves and all that. They're good. Yeah. But of course, you know, they are the bad guys, and we're not really supposed to like them. And also, the Shield, you know, has basically and literally ruined the career of Ryback. You know, all those times that the Shield has costed Ryback, you know, the WWE title on multiple occasions. Damn. So you know that Ryback really doesn't like the Shield, and so he is really hell-bent on, you know, defeating the Shield and putting them down once and for all. But as you have been seeing in the past few months, that is easier said than done. So we got to ask ourselves the question, is the Shield really invincible? Probably not. Okay, because of what happened on that previous night at the WWE Elimination Chamber, Vicky Guerrero's approved of and signed this match right here. U.S. Champion Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz in a no disqualification match, even though The Miz is injured and obviously could not wrestle, but they have him wrestle anyway. Why do they do these things? Jeez. And Antonio Cesaro is still the U.S. champion? Oh, jeez. This was a very brutal matchup right here, and you know, The Miz was really in danger here. I mean, being injured and then having to wrestle against a guy like Antonio Cesaro. Yeah, definitely putting the Awesome One, you know, in a real tough spot. But however, despite all of that, The Miz was still able to get a win here. That's right. The Miz won the match with the figure 4 leg lock. And yeah, Antonio Cesaro did tap out. Oh yeah, the whole WWE universe enjoyed that. I know that for a fact because I enjoyed seeing Antonio Cesaro tap out. But the one key thing here is, I noticed that, is that The Miz used the figure 4 leg lock. You know, a move that was perfected by the great Nature Boy Ric Flair. I wonder if he's going to be doing that more often. He probably should, because, you know, because the maneuver worked well for him here. Nice job, Miz. So, how do you end an epic Monday Night Raw? Well, how about unveiling the new WWE Championship? And that is what The Rock decided to do in his championship celebration. After a night of defeating CM Punk and his BS. You see, that previous belt, you know, was designed by John Cena, and for 8 years, you know, it graced the WWE presence. And I really liked it, that, you know, that spinning version of the WWE title. But The Rock decided, you know, to go ahead on and make that change and give it a new look, and, you know, here it is. The new WWE Championship belt. You can see the bulls right here. Okay? And I'll have to say, you know, the belt looks real good. New WWE logo and everything. And here's The Rock, you know, shouldering the new WWE title. And it seemed to fit, you know, okay on him. And of course, you all know that I am very happy that The Rock is the WWE champion. You know, he has brought dignity back to the WWE title. Now, you have to wonder, how does John Cena feel about the new look of the WWE Championship belt? Well, he didn't really get to express his feelings about it, because you see, as soon as John Cena came out to the arena to face The Rock, you know, CM Punk came up behind John Cena and knocked him out cold like a block of ice with the previous design of the WWE title. And then that's when CM Punk started getting into eye contact with The Rock. Because this is what it's all about right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, the WWE Championship. That is what, you know, CM Punk and John Cena are fighting over. You know, they both want to be the top guy. But the thing is, we just have to wonder what is going to happen on this coming Monday Night Raw. And who will indeed go on to WrestleMania and face the WWE champion, The Rock. And I'm also wondering how many more twists and turns and plot developments are the WWE writers going to throw at us. I mean, is it really going to happen? When it comes time for the contract signing for WrestleMania, will The Rock be sitting at the table across from John Cena? Or will it be CM Punk signing his name on that contract? Damn. So, this Monday night, it will be John Cena versus CM Punk. The winner goes on to WrestleMania to face The Rock for this belt right here. What the F is going to happen this Monday night? I have no, and I do mean no, idea. Peace out. Till the next episode. Oh!